This video is an excerpt from the Passive Income Show, presented live every week. To learn more about the Passive Income Show, just go to the description box below this video.
Let's say you have some students sign up for your course. Most of them never complete the course. How would one engage them and encourage them to complete the course? And I'll post on the discussion boards.
Well, one of the things I would do, Vicky, there is I would set up a Facebook group for my course. And assuming that you teach in a lot of similar categories, like I teach in 3 main categories, for example, but 2 of those can be linked together. So I have a Facebook group called Selling Online, which has to do with e-commerce, internet marketing, all that kind of stuff. Then I have a Facebook group. We have a Facebook group called Passive Income Show, which is just about online teaching. So what I did was I basically just separated my 2 core categories, selling online and teaching online. And so by having that, it's amazing. I'm able to send an educational announcement to my students, send them to my group where I can engage with them on a more personal level, you know, a social on a Facebook group, and where they may be encouraged now to finish the course and complete the course. The large majority of your students are not going to complete the course, unfortunately, and that's true with anyone who buys a book. You know, the statistics on people who buy a book and actually complete reading the book are kind of sad, especially if you're an author and you feel like your book can really give a lot of value and can really contribute to society. You know, and the same thing is true with courses. Unfortunately, human nature is such that a lot of people start things, but they don't complete them, right? So all you can do, in my opinion, is send those educational announcements to keep people engaged and keep them informed and keep them excited. You don't always have to send them to a Facebook group, but it's a good idea to have an additional way to engage with them. You could also send them to YouTube videos that relate to your course, keep them engaged that way. And all these things, by the way, are legal, accepted within the Udemy standards, as long as you're not overtly selling anything on the Facebook group, in the YouTube channel, or even a blog post. You could send people to a blog post. So this really has to do with how you communicate with your students on an ongoing basis through the 4 educational announcements that we are given, that we're allowed every month to do. And frankly, I don't think a lot of instructors are making full use of those 4 educational announcements. They could be really, really valuable to you in building that relationship with your students, which, by the way, when you go and send a promotional announcement, will lead to a lot more sales on that end too. Students love to see when an instructor is engaged with them and cares about them and wants to help them. They love to see that, and they do respond to that.
Yeah, I think that's all perfect information. And I'm one who doesn't use my educational announcements enough. I think for me, it's great having so many courses, but it's just so hard to keep track of all of my courses. And I mean, if I was sending 4 educational announcements specific to all my courses every month, I'd be spending, you know, a day every week figuring out how to do that. So that's something that I know that I need to work on. And in terms of just getting engagement, my other advice is just making sure that the start of your course is as engaging as it can be, meaning it's short. So you're not, I know for me, one mistake I did when I was starting out was having long videos at the very beginning, introducing myself, my story, who I was, what this course was about, how to take the course. I think people now understand that if they're enrolled in a Udemy course, they want to just get started with the activities, with the learning. And so if anything, it's good to have an intro video, but keep it to like a minute or 2 of just you quickly introducing yourself, what this course is about. And in that video, talk about how they can engage with you in the course. If they have any questions, please post it in the course Q&A tab. Please send me a message and just let them know that you're there, so that as soon as they start, if they have a question, they know where to contact you. So that's one way that I get engagement. Another thing that I've been doing with a lot of my courses is I create maybe the second or third lecture. It's just a quick little text-based lecture where I tell people, hey, introduce yourself to the rest of the class. And it used to make more sense because I would say, oh, post a discussion, post an introduction in the discussion. Now, since Udemy doesn't have the discussions, it's called Q&A. It's a little bit more confusing for someone to use a question to introduce themselves, but it's the same idea. I tell people to just post a new question and introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what's your background. And I just think that little bit of engagement helps in the long run of having them continue with the course. And if new students enroll in the course and they see other students posting introductions to themselves in that first, as like each new student enrolls in the class, it's going to make them want to do that as well. So that's another idea. Another thing is just to have little projects in the course. If you can have people do the projects and post what they've done in the course as a Q&A, again, it worked better with discussions. And I think in the future, Udemy will have some sort of project tab or project aspect of the courses, but having people actually do projects it does make it more engaging. And again, if you can just get some people to start to do that, other students will see that people are actually engaged in the course and they'll want to post their projects as well. So it's kind of like a snowball, because I have one course, my photography masterclass, that just gets so many students posting photos because they see, I think it's because they see all these photos being posted by other students every day. So those are my few tidbits for just getting engagement.
Those are all great tips. You know, and one idea that came to mind, Phil, is for some reason you're frozen on my screen, so I don't know if it's a slow internet connection or what, but just so you know. But one idea that came to mind is that you can still do very general educational announcements to your audience. You know, maybe generally general topics related to that might relate to all your students. It might be a little more, you have to get a little creative with that, because I know that Phil has courses in a whole variety of topics, but the bulk of his courses are in photography and video. So if you were to just do, and we know that photography and video is kind of it's a pretty broad appeal, you know, topic. I mean, everybody takes pictures, everybody takes video now with iPhones and smartphones. And so everyone could benefit from educational announcements that are about photography and video, you know. And so, yeah, so maybe just kind of broadening out and going a little more broad appeal with those educational announcements would be a good way for them to just hear from you and to build
definitely.
that relationship.
Love it.
Thanks for joining me on this video. This video was actually an excerpt from the Passive Income Show, which is a live show that we do every week. You'll get details about the Passive Income Show down below in the description box. You'll also get links to specific courses and discounted links that you can only get here on YouTube. So as always, we would love for you to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, because we're going to be uploading tons of valuable content, valuable video to help you make a passive income online. How? By teaching what you know through your skills, your experience, and your expertise, things that you're interested in, like hobbies or interests. We're going to show you how to take that information that you already know and turn it into online courses that will pay you on an ongoing basis, month after month after month, for just teaching what you already know. So I look forward to seeing you on another video, and I look forward especially to seeing you on our live Passive Income Show.